Most of us spend our lives trying to be right. We argue to win, we defend our beliefs, we seek confirmation, not truth. But what if being wrong is actually our greatest strength? This is Think Again by Adam Grant, a powerful invitation to let go of certainty and embrace the power of doubt. Think about it. We've been told that intelligence is about thinking fast, knowing more, having the answers. But what if real wisdom lies in rethinking? In being curious enough to ask, humble enough to admit we're wrong, and brave enough to change our minds. Because when we cling to our beliefs too tightly, we stop growing. Adam Grant, a top organizational psychologist, teaches us that the smartest people aren't those who know the most. They're the ones who know how to unlearn, to rethink, to question their own assumptions. He breaks it down into three identities we often wear: the preacher, who wants to convince others they're right; the prosecutor, who wants to prove others wrong; and the politician, who wants approval. But what we really need to become is a scientist. Scientists don't get emotionally attached to their ideas. They form a hypothesis, test it, and if it fails, they move on. They don't see being wrong as a threat to their identity. They see it as progress. Imagine what would change in your life if you could do the same. In relationships, how many arguments spiral because both sides are just trying to be right? In your career, how often have you clung to a decision, even when the evidence said otherwise, just because changing your mind felt like weakness? But here's the truth. Changing your mind isn't a weakness, it's a superpower. Adam shares the story of a firefighter who saved his life and others by doing the unthinkable, throwing away all his gear during a blaze. It went against everything he'd learned, but rethinking in the moment saved him. That's the power of adaptability. So how can we think again in our everyday lives? Here are some powerful takeaways. 1. Embrace the joy of being wrong. Instead of defending your opinions, get curious. Ask, what would change your mind? Or better yet, what evidence would change mine? 2. Argue like you're right, but listen like you're wrong. Confidence and humility can coexist. Stand by your values, but stay open to better ideas. 3. Create psychological safety. In your workplace, in your family, in your friendships, make it safe for people to speak up, to challenge ideas, to say, I don't know. 4. Update your beliefs like you update your phone. When was the last time you questioned your opinions? Rethinking isn't just for big decisions, it's for everyday thinking. 5. Build identity around values, not beliefs. Instead of saying, I'm a Democrat, or I'm a Republican, or I'm a vegan, say I value fairness, or I care about health. Beliefs can evolve. Values are deeper. Grant also warns us about the armchair quarterback syndrome, when people overestimate their knowledge. The more you know, the more you realize how much you don't know. That's not ignorance, that's wisdom. And here's a practical rethinking exercise. Next time someone challenges your idea, don't fight back. Ask them, what do you see that I don't? Then listen, really listen. Not to respond, but to understand. Because rethinking is not about losing, it's about learning, it's about growing. And in today's world, where information changes fast and certainty can be dangerous, the ability to rethink is a survival skill. So, here's the big question. When was the last time you changed your mind about something important? Not because someone forced you to, but because you had the courage to look inward and say, maybe I was wrong. This book isn't just about thinking differently, it's about becoming someone who can, someone who chooses curiosity over pride, growth over comfort, truth over ego. And you're here because you're ready to grow. So here's your challenge. Rethink one belief you've held for years. Ask yourself, why do I believe this? Is it still true? And if not, have the courage to change. Because in a world that's constantly evolving, the people who thrive aren't those who are always right, but those who are willing to think again. If this resonated with you, don't just scroll away, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because the more we rethink, the more we grow together. And remember, being wrong isn't the end of the story, it's the beginning of a better one.